Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aulia Ayfidurasmi. Here, I will tell a story about unforgettable moment. Every person must have their own story in their life, as well as with me. There are things that make me always remember that. So, here, I will tell some of my version unforgettable moment. So, please keep on watching and hear my story. The first story happened when I was at senior high school. At this time, we were given a task to make a film. The film must be produced by each class and will completed and will be completed later. Suddenly, my class also has to make. I didn't know how the story was because I was not the core community in my class in making the film. But the end result was they chose me. But the end result they chose me as a main actress. Honestly, I disagree with this for several reasons, such as me not too happy to be highlighted by the camera and seen by general public. I admit I like to take a picture, but only in the moment that I think are important, and that I will not post on my social media like most of my friends. So I try to accept this and thought this was a new thing that I had to pass with satisfying result. During the shooting process, I learned many things, especially how to be act, how to be a professional person, even though we were in bad feelings. I was more able to confident in front of the camera, unlike before, who were less confident when the camera was highlighted. And I will share it's my experience when was rejected 4 times when I enrolled in state universities. It is the thing really makes me down. But my parents always support me and explained to me that everyone had their fortune and their destiny. So so we only needed to do our best and keep surrender to God. Alhamdulillah, after getting a lot of advice from people around me, I tried to get up and start to registering at 3 state universities. I didn't hope for that because I thought if it fail again, I would try it next year. But it is true that God has another plan for me. I was accepted into these 3 colleges in my first in my first choice. It felt like when I was surprised, grateful, happy. Still, it was difficult to describe it. From this, I learned that what we want is not necessarily good according to God. And what has been determined by God is definitely the best for us. That's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Naili Fatlisa. In this video, I will tell you about my personal experience. So, hear this story. On February 18, 2016, when I was senior high school, I thought this would be a great holiday for me because that was Chinese New Year holiday. I did not celebrate the Chinese New Year because I'm not Chinese, but I guess that it was a good time for me to get full refreshing like sleep, bicycling, or watching a movie. I was so tired to studying and many assignments. However, the unpredictable fact broke everything up. First, like an ordinary daughter, I had I had get up early morning to help my mother. Of course, after I prayed. Then I did the dishes, clean up my room, and did my bed. I was really danger if my mom know that my room was messy. So I made it as and possible after finishing everything. My auntie called me in the afternoon. I did not meet them for a long time, so we keep 4 hours to talk about some up-to-date gossip. We also talk about her activity after marriage. And then she also gave me motivation to continue in university. Not long after that, my neighbor, who is also my classmate, visited me. She asked my help to finish her homework. I was finished my homework last week because the deadline homework is yesterday. At last, the time was running, and the homework was successful finish. An unpredictable moment happened after that. To my surprise, I just remember that I had a lot of homework too. The first is a report like biology of the cell. The second, text of mathematics, 10 questions. And the last, text of the drawing projection. I got confused and regretful why I did not check it. As the consequence, I did my homework until late night and was hardly finished. Since then, I always check my homework and before having a holiday. I did not feel this was holiday instead of I had to work hard and got along shift with my homework. That's all about my personal experience. Thank you for watching my video. And then I'm sorry if there is something wrong. And then don't forget to follow my Instagram at naili_prsto_. See you. Wabillahi taufiq walhidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Seti Devi Arianti. I want to tell us about the most memorable story. The story is Tonight with Vector. Vector is group classmate when I study in senior high school. But I don't like to say group. I prefer to say family than a group because they are my second family. In the 11th grade, we holiday together. We went to Gucci. Gucci is one of hot spring in Tegal. The scenery in there is very beautiful, and the the air in there is very cool. We choose Kuchi because Kuchi near from our city. We depart from Pemalang by bus for 3-hour drive. Along the way, we sang together, we checking together, and it is very fun, and I enjoy it. After 3 hours drive, we arrived in the Kuchi. We leased a villa for our rest, and after enough rest, I and my girlfriend cooked together for our lunch, and I cooked soup, fried chicken, and other food, and my other friend prepared campfire tonight. After lunch together, we enjoy the beautiful waterfall in Gucci. But the water in waterfall is very cool, so I don't, I and my friend don't swim in there. We only take a picture in there together. After from waterfall, we back to our villa to take a rest, take a bath, and prepare for prayer together. At night, after prayer together, we make campfire because India is very cool. We also burn corn, sausage, and we also sharing in there, play game together until midnight. And then second day. In the second day, we plan to saw sunrise together in the morning. But we woke up late, so we can saw sunrise together. And then we breakfast together. I remember we breakfast fried rice together. And then in 9 o'clock we go to Kuchiku. Kuchiku is swimming pool in Kuchi. In there many challenging games and other games in there like flying fox above pool, and we enjoy and play water in there together. But in 12 o'clock we must back to home by bus together, and the view of our holiday are much fun, and we will never forget them. Even moment we capture the photos and also a video. I'm very happy can holiday with them, and even though I rarely meet them now, but I hope I, we Vector can to be big family until we, until in the future. And I think that's all our story, our holiday story. And so I would like to say thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, hi, assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back with me, Riris, and in this video I will tell about my personal experience. And so hear the story. Okay, in my analysis, I clearly experienced when it's called puberty. just like children in general. When I was in junior high school, I have a friend who is very close to me. He is called Wiljan. And then at the time, we meet and become friends because we were classmates and we followed the same organization. Then I met other friends in class and become a group. Our members have 5 people. Well, in class, we were highlighted by the teacher because everything we did was always done together. Okay, then at the time, while on vacation, my group went to visit the Wildan house. When I got there, it turned out that Wildan was with his friends. Because I'm the most nosy kid, at the time I made a few that offended Wildan friends. Because I feel wrong, I apologize to him. But he doesn't forgive. But for me, if I have apologized, that means that my achievement is complete. He forgive or not is none of my business. I thought the problem was finished at the time, but it wasn't. When I came home and arrived home, suddenly there was an incoming message on my cell phone, and it turned out the message from him. He still feels annoyed with me, and uh, and think the problem isn't over. Um, Before I continue, I will introduce him. He was named Aftian, and he is my senior at school. Okay guys, next, because we often chat that we're very close, and finally, almost every day we give news to each other. Our closeness lasted quite a long time. However, only as a friend. I'm very disappointed with him because you never remember important moment in my life. Uh, until finally, on the 16th birthday, I got a surprise from Wildan at night, and that made me very happy tonight with the Aftian broke. I feel happy because it was the first moment in my life to get a surprise. Um, they also they also collaborated with my family to give a surprise. After that moment, the next day, many moments between me and Afdian. And the last time that happened when he come home from abroad. He come home without my knowledge, and he gave chocolate, and he also meets parents at home. Okay, guys, that's all about the happy moment for me. Thank you for your watching and see you. Bye bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On this occasion, I will tell you about my memorable experience. Do you know, I have 6 younger siblings and every birth from them has a special story. And what really impressed me was the birth of my fifth sister. Her name is Fatimah Zahra. She was born on October 4, 2015. At that time, I was in second grade junior high school and my mother was pregnant. When we are nearing birth, we didn't have enough money for the cost of labor. And fortunately, my father's small brother offered a job to my father. Actually, the mother's pregnancy is nearing birth and my father should stay at home. But to get money for labor, my father took the job. And we didn't expect 2 days after my father woke up, uh, at night, my mother felt her stomach hurt. And at midnight, my mother asked me to take her to the midwife's house in our village. And I confused mother will give birth while that gasp. goes to work. How can I take my mother? Whereas I could not ride a motorcycle at the time. I want to ask uncle's help, but in the middle of the night, I hesitated. I took quickly, and I told my mother with confidence, I will take you use a bicycle, mom. Yes, I swear I can do it, even though my mother's weight is much heavier than my weight, but it's okay. I swear I can do it. In the middle of a cold night, only the moonlight accompanied us. At the time, I ride my bicycle carefully. Can you imagine a mother who will give birth is taken by bicycle? I never thought of it will happen. Um, okay, back to the story. Uh, Finally, we arrived at the midwife's house safely. The midwife said that my mother will give birth that day, and like it or not, I have to ask my uncle for help because I cannot take my mother to the hospital on a bicycle again, right? Uncle, please forgive us for disturbing your rest time. So sorry my father come home and a cute baby come to our life. That's all I can tell you. To take a mother who will give birth on a bicycle. I often smile amused if I remember that. Okay friends, thank you for listening to my story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, my name is Didi Nurhmawati. I'm from Blora. I study Mathematics Education Department in State University of Semarang or UNES at Fakultas Mathematics and Natural Science. In my video, I want to tell you about my moment in the past, my moment about my experience when I studied in senior high school. A few years ago, I and my friend went camping. I and my friend camping in my school. We put the camp at beside to my school. After that, we had lunch together. The meals from school. After lunch together was we spent our time to playing together. Will the girls prepare meals. After that, we went to bathroom to talk about, but I didn't talk about because the water dirty and limited. After talk about, we prayed together in the school. At night, we sang, danced, write poetry. We played fire camp. When my class performed, performance from my class was bad because we were not compact, so I felt sad. And at 10 p.m. we were sleep in the camp, and at 12 p.m. it rained fall, and I and my friend ran to class and slept there. Next day we got up early, then we did morning exercise. After that we prepared meals for breakfast. After breakfast, we pack our bags and we do the closing ceremony and got ready to go home. Got home, I immediately cleaned and immediately talked about. and after that I went to sleep immediately because I tired. It turns out when I woke up it was late afternoon. Waking up, I remember that I had a biology assessment that had to be collected tomorrow. Then I finished my biology assessment. Until midnight, I finished my assessment, and finally, my biology assessment finished. After completing my assessment, I would also pray, and after prayer, I would sleep. The next day, I would wake up early, and I would immediately talk about, and then I do morning prayer. After morning prayer, I get ready to go to school. After arriving at school, there were many classmates who did not attend school. At 7 p.m., I went to class, and then the biology teacher asked me and my friend to collect assessment and from a biology assessment. That was a story that I can't forget, and I feel happy when I remember my experience. And thanks for watching my video, and see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Siti Muflihatunisa. I am a new college student in Universitas Negeri Semarang. My study program is Mathematics Education and I entered in the Rombel 1. I want to tell you about one of the experience that has not been forgotten in my life. One of the most memorable experience in my life was I got first place in the national exam in junior high school. The tie is when the graduation announcement. Wearing a traditional clothes, all my friends were very impressive on the tie. I was very happy, not only for me but also all my classmates, because the tie was also a favor for us, because they will continue their own school of choice. But the time was very memorable for me because it was the first time I was called be the rank first. Different when I was in the elementary school. The day was also I thought that I got a perfect score in the mathematics. It was incredible for me. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's fantastic, and I'm very happy. And since then, I decided to major in mathematics when I went to college. My mother is very happy too. Wearing a purple traditional clothes, I went on stage. My mother was also called to go on stage to accompany me. My mathematics teacher, Mrs. Dewey, gave me a song present and then hugged me. And the same thing was said by my principal. A very proud thing for me because all of attention is only on me. And the experience that stuck it was only brief and not only one day, but had a big impact for my life. I become more confident, and that was the beginning that I also came to achievement in high school. I think it's a best moment when I'm in the school. I never thought that moment would be on my life. I'm very grateful all the time because of the support of my family and my friend like Indah, Mita, and others. And after being have a first ranked in the junior high school, I become more confident. In the high school, in SMA Negeri 13 Semarang, I participate in a number of activities and also participate in several competitions between the accounting contest in Unisdam and the economic competition in Universitas Semarang and the intelligence competition about the environment, and I can achieve achievement by getting several champion. I'm very happy. It's a best moment for me. All the good thing happened since graduation in junior high school. The experience recent when graduation really will not forgetting to me. Uh, and that was the experience that spoke me the better. That experience was only presented taught in the mathematics. I love mathematics. I'm very thankful of mathematics because a graduation in the junior high school, I feel more confident, and I think many even in the moment in senior high school, and I thought it's because mathematics. I'm very thankful in mathematics, and it is my experience. I hope you're not bored, and thank you for your attention. Thanks for your uh, thanks for your attention. I hope you can enjoy. See you next time. Bye bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mania. I will tell you two moments that I cannot forget. When I become a senior high school student, there is an assignment from my teacher to make handicraft from used goods. It must have a sale value. My group and I have planned to make big piggy banks from used bottles. It has parts of a ears, nose, ears, legs, and body. We hard worked to make it, and finally within 2 days the piggy bank was finished. I'm happy and want to immediately to collect it to my teacher. When I want to collect it, I'm confused because the nose is lost. I keep look in all parts of the class. Then I remember to my ignorant friend. The initial name is Tono. He often hides belongings of other friends, and true, he hides Do you know where he hid it? He had it above the door. My short Stratu can take it. Well, jumped up, I said. Please get it, I can't take it. I feel annoyed, but he looked at me instead. One day, my friends and I went to the night market. We was very happy because we think the next market is interesting place. It's very crowded. Many visitors from children to adults. My friends and I enter playground. We enjoy the games in it. Then we went to shop. We were held hand because we were separated. But because very crowded, we detached when we chose clothes. I did not realize that. Without thinking, I held my friend's hand in beside me. A few seconds later, I turned to my friend in beside me. I was surprised. Apparently, she was not my friend. I felt embarrassed, then I apologized to her. After that, I looking for my friends and I tell it to my friends. Finally, my friends looked at me. It is my embarrassing moment. Thank you for listening my story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me tell you about my stories. My stories are moments that was the most memorable when it was in the past. Talking about the past must be a lot of stories. I have a stories that I think is embarrassing for me. I am a new student in the Durata Aswaja boarding school. At that time, on Thursday, I got a segment for cooking pickets, and the pickets was afternoon from 1 o'clock to finish. At 1 o'clock, I was called by the mother catering for cookies pickets because at that time I just now came home, so I had no prayer, and I prayed first and then headed to the kitchen. When I arrived, the kitchen looked crowded, and at that time I felt embarrassed because I was late. Uh, my picket times get tasks that are quite easy, such as chopping vegetable, smoothing spices, and preparing the necessary ingredients. At that time, we cooked coconut milk because the coconut milk was not taken, so I was asked to take the coconut milk in the cooperative. In the cooperative hand, there are two, namely in the front and in the middle. Because the catering mother asked me to take the coconut milk, so I took it. I took it the front cooperative because in my made the coconut milk is there. When I arrived at the cooperative, I took the coconut milk, and I was asked to take what number, and who was told and confused because I didn't ask. Then I took five and took them to the kitchen. When I arrived in my kitchen, I turned out that the coconut pie I broke was wrong. The third is that it is in the middle cooperative and it is not coconut milk, but graded coconut for coconut milk. At that time, I felt embarrassed, but that no entirely my fault. So I acted normally, even though I felt bad in my heart. The feeling was repeated when I put the rice into the dining area after it was finished cooking and I knocked on the behind me. So I if and spilled. Even though it's just a little bit. It makes me feel embarrassed and feels bad for the tired time. That day was the most embarrassing day when I first became a Yusantri and I always remember the event. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dias Indah Melisawati. In this video, I want to tell you about my Rombel story. I was in senior high school when to at first time I went to Bali Island. I went here my friend and my teacher. It was to the tour actually. My teacher, my class friend, and I were in the same bus. We leave our out school at 9 a.m. The journey from Malang to Bali took a day. I was so exhausted because I had to sit out the journey. Actually, it was a funny journey because I spent all of my time with my friend, playing games and kidding. And this experience of my trip on the inter Island both made me I'm very happy. Leave a strong wind from the opposite direction of finally made the Kasha a cool. After arriving at the port of Guinea Manuk, I was quickly shocked to see clear sea water and the fish really flexible. Many small children swimming to take coin were thrown by tourists, but I feel that all of my trained gone as students went out of Pandawa Beach. We took lots of the photo here. After that, we went to Tanah Lot, where so many beautiful lamps. I want to enter the temples. The Tarek is not allowed to enter because I'm in the future. I'm so just played on the beach and took photo. Actually quickly sorry I was not allowed to enter but has become a traditional of the Bali people. At least as a tourist, I have to respond the culture and diversity of the people. Along the route to the cross, many residents of their Mercedes Every shop there, always there of things may quickly stranger in my opinion and make my head a little dizzy about the smell. It was still morning. I like we were awakening. We were called to work in their stay to hotel. We are chatting fun lobby, watching movie, hotel room. The plan of realizing to got angry by teacher for not getting to sleep in the evening. Finally, we sleep. I saw a sunrise which so beautiful when we were drawn to the hotel, take a rest and the hot meal. That after that we went to Bahtikul. Like there were so many activities to there. The scene is so beautiful because I won middle of the line. Next we went to Jogger. There we were so many types of skating rails and good accessories and shopping. I'm shopping for my family, Rasen, and my friend. And my friend. Next day, I went to shopping, but this time we went to Sokowati market in Bali. The seller is not friendly. We forced people to buy merchandise. Some of them were afraid and finally bought their merchandise. Although the price is quite expensive. After that, we went to Kuta Beach. On the way of Kuta Beach, we eating lunch. The tour was too long because the road was through. Some of my friends already feel unwell because the weather in Bali at the time is not support. When we reaching at Kuta Beach where is very fast and finally of you goes to get on the bus again. See the very the bad weather finally out the teacher taught us all to get on the bus in the Imagine. After that, we watched a barong show on the way. That was really good, staring from Kota's accessories and the show. After watching the show, we immediately asked for the players for the photo. At first, we were free to ask for the photo of the theater. We were asking for money be my dancer. We after watching the show, we ate dinner at the hotel where we were staying. We took a taste of the last day in Bali. We shared best tell stories and alter all the items that we brought back to Java again. We got up early to eat the last breakfast at the home where we staying. After that, we went go to Pemalang. After a very long journey through the land and the sea, I learned something about nature. Although it took a lot of my energy, I felt so happy because spent of my time it with my friend. Thank you for watching.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, meet again with me. Did you remember my name? Yeah, my name is Salwa. I hope you remember my name. Okay, uh, in this change, I want to tell you about my unforgettable moment in my life. One day, when I was junior high school, on 9 June 2013, I really remember that. In my first camp in Rindam Iskandar Muda, Matai Aceh Besar, that day the weather is so bad, the rain fell so hard, and our tent was flooding, all sides full of water, and I could not do something in that time. I want to cry. I want to give up in my first day there. I want to back to my home and hugging my mom. One night, I had an incident. I joined speech competition, and when I go back to my tent, all my friends already slept. So I got a place to sleep near a puddle. In that situation, I could not find my jacket and I could not find where is my blanket. So I should sleep without jacket and my blanket. Did you know? When I woke up in the next day, I was in a puddle. It was very disgusting. They were not thinking to their friend. How can their friend can sleep in the night, and in that situation I made promise in my heart. I never to join another camp in the next change. But the reality is so different. I have been loving scout and I always join some camping until now. Because when we camping, we know the real characteristic of our friends. That is my unforgettable moment during I joined Pramuka. So now I will tell you about my embarrassing moment in my life. One day when I was in junior high school, I have a very embarrassing event for me. At 4 p.m., school was over. As usual, when I was waiting for my father to pick up me, my classmates invited me to go home together. Because of the weather in that afternoon was quite shady. That day, we walked along the highway on the outskirts of Banda Aceh, which was besides it was a long ditch. I laughed when my friend told me about a funny thing. I forget what is a funny thing, uh, which my friend have tell to us. Unconsciously, my left foot fell into a gutter which was black, cloudy, and filled with wiggler larvae. It was very disgusting. After that, I cried loud. It was very disgusting. After that, I cried so loud because I felt fear and very embarrassed, especially when my friend retold that incident to all my friends in my class. They were very happy to laugh at me at that time. After that day, I made promise in my heart that I never to laugh when I walk beside the road. And that is uh, my unforgettable moment and my embarrassing story in my life. I hope my story can entertain you and uh, forgive me if I made a mistake when I make this video, and See you in the next video and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Yasilina Sani. You can call me Yasi or Yasilin. In this occasion, I want to share you about my unforgettable memories in senior high school. When I was in semester 2 in senior high school, my friend invited me to join the student council. Initially, I was not interested in participating in senior high school activities, for fear of not being able to share my time well. It turned out that there was a list of prospective participants who followed the LDK, and my name was listed on the list. Initially, I want to resign not to take the interview test and written test, but after thinking along, finally I tried to take a series of tests to become a student council. The name for participant is CLDK. After school, it was announced that the CLDK was selected to take part in the selection. The first selection is the PBB. A week later, the interview tests and written tests are held for around 2 until 3 days, due to the limited number of participants and time. After that, the value is accumulated and announced which pass and do not qualify. Initially, all are collected in one class, then the names are called by the student council, separated in another class. It turned out my name was mentioned in the list. I finally moved to class. At 2, the names that were called were those that were not in the selection, but my guess was wrong. I and my friends who were called were actually in the selection. I am very grateful because there are many who are not as instructed. LDK is held 1 week. I stay morning and coincide with the vesting one. Monday to Thursday, we after dawn and go home at noon. On Monday, there were 2 passengers from outside namely traffic and health. Tuesday to Thursday, there is material from the student council advisor on leadership. And during the material, we all had to write with a well-drilled body and way of writing that had been taught by the class of senior during most. In the very corner of the room, there is a class of senior which is usually named Angel, who sit in front and back and record the movements of CLDK person. That's the thing I had the most because my glasses like fall, so I often move to justify the position of my glasses. During the change of material, there was a break of only 5 until 10 minutes after sharing with the student council administrator. On Friday, there are a band and game in the afternoon. Later that evening, there was material from the festival, after which the office administrators all came to class and evaluated LDK activity before the participants were inaugurated. LDK 23 conveyed his disappointment and anger to the participant of CLDK 24 until around 12 o'clock at night. The thing that I remember most was that they shown us perspective and why are not Google. After that, they were told to rest in order to wake up someone. At the end of the 3 a.m. set, we were all woke up to shower. Here we are also taught how to eat, not to get a sound plate, and are prohibited from talking while eating. After supper, we were all told to gather at the Sudirman statue. There was a feeling of mixed feeling, happy and moved because after supper, the inauguration ceremony of the 20th LDK was held on June 17, 2016 with the coldness of the morning. 2 weeks later, we were all gathered at the Sudirman Sport Hall for the meeting of the Student Council Core Committee. At the time, 2 candidates for the Student Council Secretary and 2 candidates for the Council Treasurer were read out. I unexpectedly become a candidate for the treasurer candidate. From the result of the deliberation, I was elected as the Student Council General Treasurer. I'm happy, but I have to able to maintain the mandate. A week later, a position handover ceremony was held. The time I was legitimately the board of the Student Council for the 2015 until 2017 period. I think enough about my unforgettable memories. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.